Hello everyone, Drone Pros here, and today we have a new announcement. We're actually very excited to announce that this is a brand new product. You know, we don't care it. We're just releasing it here this week. If you guys are signed up to our newsletters online, you probably already got a newsletter on this. And what this is our new Killer 210 frame. Now, you know, the market for 250 racers has been very popular for a good, probably a good year and a half. And you know, the 250 have been doing their thing, improving themselves. Obviously, there is bigger frame, but typically when you are racing, people have come to know it as a 250 racing class. Now, this is a 210 millimeter. If you are, you know, doing some racing, typically every place you go to, they will allow a 210 to race with the 250 class. Some people call it an unlimited class because it is a 4-cell setup, not a 3-cell setup. Now, this frame, you can opt to run it in a 3-cell or 4-cell setup. Obviously, we do have a 4-cell here mounted up today just to kind of give you guys an idea of reference and location of where to put certain things. But yeah, I'm just going to give you guys a quick introduction here on the new Killer 210. We'll do a quick rundown of the basic electronics that are being run in this unit. Also giving you guys a rundown of how this unit will be offered, because I'm sure a lot of you guys out there are wondering in what different combinations we are going to be offering this model. Now, this is a 210 millimeter. A lot of you guys may be saying, well, I own a 250. Why would I want a 210? And trust me, guys, it literally is night and day difference. The main difference you're going to notice is the agility. The 210 frame is a lot more agile frame. It really does roll on a dime. It does flip on a dime. Obviously, if you tune your flight controller not to be very aggressive, you can easily tone that down. But just, let's say for instance, if you have a 250 and you upload the same rate settings on your flight controller, you will notice that a 210 is going to be a lot more agile, especially when you are racing. You know, even if you're sport racing, you can easily whip around trees, whip around, pylons, flags, whatever you guys set up at a field, or like I said, if you are competing, they'll have all that already set up. But yeah, this unit does get around a lot quicker, a lot faster. Another thing I did notice when flying this unit, when we were developing it and coming up with the PIDs, because as you know, typically when you buy a unit from us, we have the PIDs all figured out. So when customers do buy something from us, we can always send them PIDs or help them out setting up their unit. But yeah, when tuning the PIDs on this unit, I really saw that it's very agile. It's very agile frame. And obviously, as you may think, it has power for days. And trust me, guys, when I say power for days, this guy has absolutely just crazy power. It is swinging 5-inch props with 2204 motors. So you can imagine a smaller frame, a lighter frame running the same power system. It's going to be very powerful. And a lot of the agility, it'll stop on a dime just because it doesn't have that much more momentum going into turns, going into certain maneuvers. You can easily get around, around with it a lot quicker. For you guys that do try and do FPV, you may notice when you do big maneuvers coming towards the ground, it always takes quite a bit of throttle to have it recover. With this guy, I mean, you can literally just barely tap the throttle and easily catch it from a really quick descent. So I absolutely love the agility and speed on this guy. Now, I'll give you guys a quick rundown of the electronics here. We are running Xhover motors. We're using their racing series motors. Now, of course, you can, if you go on our website, you are going to see we offer the Drone Pros sport motors. Now, the main difference between our motors and the Xhover motors, the Xhover motors have really been optimized for racing. If you're trying to race with people, if you're really trying to be competitive, we really recommend going with the Xhover motors, which we also do have in stock. So you can opt to get them with those. If you're a guy that's just out once in a while, you're racing, you are doing sport flying, you can go with the Drone Pros motors. Those are a bit more inexpensive. Like I said, the Xhover motors, their bearings are very nice. The power is really nice, and they've really been optimized for this 5x4-inch prop. Now, the props you see here are GemFan 5x4s, plenty of bite, plenty of power. In our testing, these are probably the most indestructible props out there. I know a lot of you guys may be watching this video and say, well, aren't they a DAL supposed to be indestructible? Well, in theory and what they market, yes, they're supposed to be, but if you've actually used them, depending on what color you go, depending on what size you do, they're not what people claim them to be. We've had a lot better results with these gem fans, which of course we also sell. The ESCs are our new tiny series racing ESCs. They're absolutely small. If you guys didn't see our newsletter we've been sending out, or you can even go check them out on our website under ESCs, you'll see they're absolutely tiny. They only weigh about 2 grams, 2-3 grams. They're really small. You can see they're heat shrunk here on the arm, so just gives it the overall clean look. For the FPV, we are running an Amway video transmitter. As you guys know, we absolutely love the Amways. You know, we've been switching a lot of people, a lot of customers that have been purchasing them. They send us emails saying, wow, they're absolutely amazing. But yeah, we are using the Amway video transmitters. We are using the 600 line Surveil Zone FPV camera. It's, like I said, another very popular camera. It is by far, in my opinion, the best camera out there. You know, I've tried 700 lines, I've tried just about anything, and the color on this thing is beautiful. Obviously, don't try any low light stuff, but we do offer this in a wide angle. This is obviously not the wide angle. And what I like about the wide angle, it's not a distorted wide angle, but it's a wide angle that, one, you don't have to tilt your camera up as much, and it gives you a lot better field of view, in my opinion. It's actually as if you were actually flying it, and it's not as narrow and is concentrated into one little area. So, you know, obviously this is not the wide angle, but the wide angle is what we do carry on the website. We are running the D4R2, obviously with the Taranis radio. It's a beautiful receiver. All you need is one cable, since it is able to run PPM, so can't complain about that. For the flight controller, of course, we're running the NACE 32. Beautiful flight controller, absolutely no issues with it. And we do have the optimized settings for this, so if you do purchase one of these and we are not building it for you, be sure to send us an email with the settings. We can easily send them over, and you can have your unit, you know, dialed in before you even get it. But this unit is being offered as a bare frame only. So obviously the frame and the hardware to build it, but it is a bare frame only. Now, for you guys out there that would like a custom build, we do offer custom builds. Depending on how much feedback we get, we may end up listing that as an option, but if not, feel free to send us an email and we'll be more than happy to quote you on a full build with one of these units. Now, it is a two-piece carbon fiber frame. There is a unibody on the bottom. It's one complete unibody here, and obviously the top deck you can see here. Now, one thing with you know, having unibodies, it is a good and a bad thing. If done right, it can be really good. If done wrong, it can be really bad. And what I mean by if done wrong, let's say if this was too thin and you're out flying and you damage one arm. Well, obviously you can't replace the arm. You have to completely tear everything down to get that bottom plate design. So what we have done, this is a 4mm full 3K Japanese carbon fiber. You know, for those who have bought any of our units, you know, we don't mess around when it comes to carbon fiber. We give you the absolute best, you know, top of the line carbon fiber. So you don't have to worry about breaking this frame. We've put it quite a bit through its paces. You'd be amazed what we've put it through and how much it's held up without any issues, any stress cracks, none of that. So the 4mm unibody, it's something I would not worry about at all. The top plate, you know, it's nothing too fancy. It's not really for strength, but more to obviously carry your battery. I mean, it does make the frame a little bit more rigid, but it's pretty much just for mounting everything as far as your battery. But we do have, whip her around, we do have a few mounting locations for your antenna. So if you are running an extension, you can see here, you can mount your antenna. On this build we have here, I do have a stubby antenna. The average antenna is probably about this high, but this is a little stubby. Keeps everything nice, low, close to the frame, and I don't know about you guys, but it looks a lot better if you ask me. But you can see the whole flight controller, everything has been hardwired on, so there's no pins on it. It's all hardwired on. As far as the ESCs, they're all soldered in there. It gives it, you know, in my opinion, the overall clean look. You can see everything's nice and low, and you know, there's really no pins, nothing in the way. It just gives for an overall clean look. But yeah, guys, I guess what I'm going to do now, that's, you know, pretty much a quick rundown of the frame. What I want to do now, I want to take you guys out, take you to the field, show you guys how this flies. I'm not going to be doing FPV right now for this next part of the video. It's only going to be some line of sight to kind of give you guys a better feel of the power and the agility behind it. Obviously, we are going to be making FPV videos of this, but like I said, what I'm going to do now, we're going to head over to the field and show you guys how this Killer 210 really performs. Alright guys, so we're here out at the little field we have here. I'm going to show you guys really putting this little guy through its paces and really showing you guys the agility and the power this thing has, because you know what better way to show that than line of sight versus FPV. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, we are going to be having FPV footage coming a little bit later, not in this video, coming up later, but yeah, today's just some line of sight and really pushing this thing. As I mentioned earlier, we're using our Tyrannus radio. Got that fully programmed, ready to go. We got the unit here, so let's get the unit, get her set down, and show you guys how it flies. All right, so we got the unit here, ready to go. Let's arm the motors.
Motors armed. Please stand back from the aircraft. Be sure to keep all hands inside the vehicle at all times, and prepare for an epic flight.
All right, so here we go, guys. I'm running quite a bit of expo around center, especially for you guys that used to fly RC planes and helicopters. That was kind of like a big no-no. You never did that. But now with the multi-rotors, it's something that actually helps out the unit a lot. Sometimes when you're watching a YouTube video, you may notice that the footage really looks like it's been stabilized as far in post-edit. But no, what it is typically these guys are running quite a bit of expo around center. I think on this guy here, on the radio is where I have my expo program. I'm running about 50 points on both aileron and elevator, nothing on throttle. But right now we're just kind of gonna putter around. This is all in self-level mode, guys. This is not, this is in rate mode, not self-level mode. So rate mode, manual, whatever you want to call it. So you're just gonna putter around just a little bit. Doing some mild aerobatics here with it. The ESCs do have one-shot enabled. If you check our website on the Tiny Series ESCs, we have one-shot, BL Heli and Simon K. We have both versions, you know, to cater to both types of people. So right here, we're just really kind of putting around with it, putting it through some basic loops, basic rolls. Nothing too fast, nothing too aggressive. Nice and smooth, you can see here. So here we go, guys. We're gonna start waking it up just a little bit. First, we're gonna do some full power punch outs. So here from a hover. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Inverted, and back to right side up. Do some fast rolls. I don't know if you guys saw, but that was about 10 rolls in what was that, like a second and a half. This thing's absolutely fast. So if you can see, this thing just really has, if you can hear in the audio, I don't know how good you can see it, but this thing just has power for days. I mean, I can go from going in one direction to completely stop and punch full power and immediately already be accelerating in the next direction. Gonna attempt to do some 4-point rolls here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another thing you're gonna notice, if you get this frame in at the 210, you actually need a lot less altitude to do a lot of your maneuvers. Reason for that is because it just has so much power. So I don't know if you guys just saw that, but that was, I mean, I can't even count how many flips that thing was doing. Let me do it again. Yeah, I don't know if you're able to pick that up at all in the video, but this thing's absolutely just crazy. Gonna do a big old loop right there. I don't know if you guys are catching that. And do some low stuff right here. Yeah, so you don't actually need that much altitude to do basic flips and rolls on this guy. You know, you don't need to go crazy either. You can see I'm being very gentle on the stick. Don't actually have to go super fast. I mean, if I really want it, I can make it really slow. You can see here. You can see that there. If I want to go fast, you know, very, very quick. But let me bring her on here for a landing.
Motors disarmed. It is safe to walk up and pick up the aircraft.
So let's bring her on here back to the bench. Yeah, but if you guys are able to see that, the thing just has absolutely crazy power, especially when paired up with these Xhover 22 motors and our Tiny Series racing ESCs. The thing is just absolutely incredible. You can really, you know, in person, obviously, it'd probably look a lot better. You know, I'm trying my best to be able to translate all this video-wise. You can see through the GoPro because it is a wide angle. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this flying portion. Let's wrap this video up and yeah, take you guys back to the shop. So there you guys go. That was a quick flight of this Killer 210. You know, I guess when you look, the reason I like showing the line of sight versus the FPV is because you can get a better idea, a better feel of the power and the agility a unit has. And like I said, I'm sure you can see in the video, even though it was shot on a GoPro and it's kind of far away, or it looks far away because it is a wide angle, you can kind of get an idea of the real power and the awesomeness of this unit. Now, before I forget, this unit does also come with a really nice dampening plate. You can see here, that obviously would go up here in the front, and you can mount your GoPro or Mobius to be dampened on there. I'm not running a camera on this unit as far as, I mean, I'm running one camera for FPV, but not a recording camera, so I just went ahead and took that off. Now, there's another recommendation I'd like to make for you guys that do have a 3D printer or know someone who does. You can also print out these, I like to call it a GoPro seat. I think it's about a 25 or 30 degree angle on it, and you can mount it right there and just pretty much put your GoPro right there, and that'll give you the up angle for you guys flying a lot more aggressive FPV. Because obviously when you're forward flying, if you don't have your camera angled up, it's going to be pointing down. So the seats are perfect. I mean, and there's tons of more seats. This is not the only one out there. But like I said, this is from Thingiverse, so you can easily download it and put that on. But if you're not worried about the angle, you can run the stock one right here. This is a stock little dampening plate to give you, I guess, a lot more smoother footage. But even in running the seat, I haven't found any issues as far as jello in the video. So I mean, you can opt to go either way. You're going to have a great experience no matter which way you go. But yeah, guys, I mean, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope I was able to answer any questions you may have. I'm sure I didn't answer all, so if you have any more questions, be sure to leave them down in the comment box below. You can also send us an email, droneproswithaz@gmail.com, if you have any questions on the components we recommend, or any questions whatsoever. Feel free to send us an email. We'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Also, guys, be sure to like our video, give it a thumbs up down on the, I believe it's on the right hand side. But yeah, give us a thumbs up. Also, guys, be sure to subscribe to our channel if you're not subscribed. By you subscribing, it actually helps us out a lot, believe it or not. We're able to push out a lot more videos like this, a lot better content, and yeah, overall just more videos. But I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope I was able to answer all your questions. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Till next time.